What up, guys? It's your boy, the one and only Ace, bringing back to you another episode. Wait a minute, I forgot my introduction. My bad. AKA Little Caesar's posted boy. Little Caesar's please sponsor me, because I love y'all so much. I love you so much. I love you to death. If I could marry Little Caesars, I would. Probably not, but I mean, you know, I'd marry you and then I wouldn't tell people about it, you know. Seriously though, nah, love me some damn Little Caesars, okay? Secrets out the bag, okay, guys? There, all right? You can leave me the alone now. Jesus. AKA the Krispy Kreme Bandit. AKA who put their toe on my foot? Okay. All right. Oh boy, I could not help that. I couldn't. Yeah, guys. So man, let me do extra effect. Okay. Man, we on the cusp of E3, guys. In case y'all haven't known, in case y'all under a damn rock eating some damn snails or lizards or whatever people that live under rocks do, the hype is only increasing as we get closer and ever so closer to E3. Baby, you can't see me. Okay. Bars. All right. Look, in case y'all didn't get that, bars. What the hell? I said bars. Bars. Thank you. So yeah, man. You know, normally around this time, we normally get a lot of surprise announcements pre E3, and this year is no constellation, no shortage of the such or sort. So man, let's just get into it. It's so beefy this week. Oh my god. Oh man. Of course. So I believe yesterday we got a trailer for the long-awaited, highly anticipated title from the god himself of video games, Hideo goddamn Kojima. Let me put some more respect on his name, my bad. Hideo Kojima. Man, he dropped that fire last night. Death Stranding 8-minute trailer. And boy, have I never been more confused than ever with what this game is about. Actually, I'll give a benefit of doubt. We know a little bit more than we did, you know, with the little tidbits and droplets of brief trailers here and there. But good God, this game is great in every way. Graphics are wonderful. You definitely get a sense of exploration, which is really cool. You know, in the trailer, the man who we now know as Sam Wilson Bridges, I believe. He basically has this big hulking backpack that it seems like the main gist of the game is to carry that wherever you go. So there is that element of exploration. He in the trailer he or extended this ladder that like was like I was like, good God, when does it stop? But you can basically you get a sense that you can put it technically anywhere that you want, which is kind of cool. If you pause the frame of the context menu that popped up briefly in the trailer, it did show also additional option to be able to cross across rivers with the ladder as well, which I think they showed in a previous, I want to say a previous trailer, which was pretty damn cool. It was awesome. And then you definitely, if any, had any doubts seeing all the traversal and just hugging stuff around, lugging stuff around, they finally showed combat, which is very reminiscent of Metal Gear. Honestly, there's a lot of homages and what's the word? Kind of relations to Metal Gear in a lot of ways with the characters' names and everybody's hard man or man, even women's or man's. No, I'm playing. I lied on that part. I'm sorry. As well as you get a sense in the trailer at least some stealth reminiscent of Metal Gear. So there is stealth, it seems like, as well as combat, traditional gun combat, which they did showcase a little bit. I'm not sure how much that plays into the game. I hope it plays a fairly decent part. But there is also the additional scary supernatural aspect of it, which technically Metal Gear had hints of too, but that's kind of good. So technically, if you are a fan of the Metal Gear saga, there's definitely a lot to enjoy in addition here as well, kind of transcending those same elements and gameplay mechanics, which even though there's way more depth in that aspect, because in the trailer and as well as the PlayStation blog about the game specifically, they provide a little bit more detail than of course the trailer would explain, since it was so much convoluted stuff, babies in pods and babies teleporting people, you coming out of baby's mouth, and just babies everywhere. Death Stranding Baby Edition coming to a theater. Nope. Coming to a game store near you. Wait on it. Oh, let me do my announcer voice. Hold on. Let me get ready for it. Got a crisp in the throat. Death Stranding Baby Edition coming to a game store near you. Wait on it. A1 baby. That's gold right there. Hideo, more than welcome to use my soundbite. You're welcome. This is just volunteer work for you because I love your work so much, Hideo. Hideo, I love you. I love you, Hideo. Let me get my
Hideo, I love you so much. Oh my God, Hideo, summer titty, Hideo. Oh my God, I love you so much.
Oh man, I'm getting acquainted with this mixer, man. Y'all need to stop playing with me. So yeah, man. Oh God, it's a lot of great stuff to like about this trailer. You pretty much got a tidbit of everything, pretty much all the characters that are or the main characters that are going to be in the game. Yeah, pretty much we got a substantial amount of gameplay. And yeah, what I was talking about, the supernatural aspect, I guess there's these enemies referred to as the BTs, which I think they're called, that stands for beach things or something like that. where they're basically in another world or from the death verse or something. I forgot the terminology. I think it's kind of similar to the upside down world of Stranger Things. If you're familiar with that show on Netflix, the famous show that everybody's been ranting and raving about. The fourth season is coming out soon, in July, I believe. So there is that. What else? Yeah, man, there's a lot to like about this damn trailer. It was great in every way. I'm trying to process it all because it's like, Hideo Kojima's work. It's like a lot of just confusing, convoluted stuff that you're not gonna get until after you play the game. There's some stuff to kind of make out, at least from what I got from the trailer. We at least know we can at least try some basic based things, if you will, in terms of like where the game takes place, which is in America or the United States, it seems, because you see Sam in the president's room, presumably in the White House from the looks of it, with I forgot her name specifically, but the one lady, we're just gonna call her the one lady. I guess she's technically the president or some form of the president. It seems like the current setting of the game is in like a post-apocalyptic universe, world, what have you, and it seems, at least according to the description, the plot is to basically revitalize the world to some extent, through connecting. I guess that seems to be kind of like the theme throughout the whole trailer, is just connecting and like somehow bringing the world back in that way. I'm kind of curious to see how that plays out, but that seems to be at least the impression I get from the trailer. At least there was a little bit more information, a little bit more footage in the Japanese trailer as well. You had a scene that showed Sam fighting some paranormal Google monster. Google monster. That would be interesting. It'd be just yellow, red, blue, and green. The Google colors. It'd just be so colorfully horrifying. No, that wouldn't really work. What am I saying? Yeah. So, but generally the monster was like dark black. It reminded me similar of the Molded from Resident Evil 7. It looked, I guess that's the only frame of reference I got. There's probably more accurate descriptions, but that's at least what it initially reminded me of. But at least what they showed in the trailer is that, it seemed like Sam was, Norman Reedus' character, by the way, Sam was creeping, and as they showed in the previous trailers, like he was holding his breath. I guess that's the technique to not get detected by them. And then he had that infamous, I don't even know what you call it, like undead detector that you see in the previous trailers that flashes, and it seems to indicate when there's a presence of them nearby. So that went off, and somehow Sam got his ass detected, because whoever plays Sam, they need to stop. They need to stop right now. I'm just saying. Obviously, no, they were probably trying to show that to us for illustrative purposes. But when they did show that, it seemed like all of the enemies started like zoning in and zoom, just like going right towards them. And then it was some weird pond that was coming. Man, it's hard to describe when I think about it now, but basically it was this goop, all this black goop that I was talking about, the one monster earlier, was all coming towards him. Then he gets succumbed by it. I guess there was all these undead people that dragged him into this, I guess it's an undead verse, which is similar to the, I guess, upside down world, similar to Stranger Things. You could tell they strayed very very far from using the same terminology, at least according to the PlayStation blog. Excuse me, regarding that. So I found that interesting, at least in terms of that. They said in the blog that at least the tidbits of it, that you won't die or get a game over screen in the traditional sense, but you'll actually what at least my impression of it is that you'll be in this kind of as your form of punishment for dying. Technically, is that you'll be in the upside down world and have to fight your way back. So at least, I guess I'm guessing for this game, the punishment will be time more than repetition, technically, even though you technically would be repeating where you came from. But it's hard to say according to that. But they did say, at least in the blog, that you don't die by traditional game over means. So what that indicates to me is that, yeah, you get some other form or equivalent punishment, in that respect. So interesting stuff either way. You saw freaking Troy Baker licking a girl's cheek up. He was loving it. He was loving it. He was looking at you like, He was like, that tastes like white girl. I don't know what that is, but I'm very interested and fascinated to see what that actually comes to be. Yeah, you had a lot of weird stuff. Let's focus on that. Let's focus on the weird stuff that we saw in the trailer. So of course the baby fetus baby man, at least even in the Japanese trailer, they call him a baby, or a baby or something like that. Man, yeah, it's just weird. It's so weird in a good way, it's weird in a good way. Yeah, and then you had the I guess they call the whole event that happened is Death Stranding, at least the catastrophic event they made it out to be according to the PlayStation blog of the game. Weird stuff. Actually, outside of the baby, and then Mads Nicholson getting his crew, getting his goons. You saw him towards the end of the trailer summon his goons, his presumably undead goons, about to roll out and shoot everybody that say his name wrong. Weird. It was a black dude with a skeleton mask on his face. I forgot his name. I think his name was Hardman. I hope that's not it. It's something Hardman. It's something man. Cause yeah, they definitely Hideo is definitely staying with his tradition of calling everybody man. For sure. Well, who was it? It was something Hardman. Damn it, I forgot. Does not come to me. But it was like at least 4 or 5 mans. Mans is get your mans. It was 4 or 5 mans is in there. So yeah, it's kind of comforting to know that there's a lot of Metal Gear conventions coming back. I'm definitely liking everything I saw in terms of, all of what we normally expect from Metal Gear. You can see a lot of that in here. I guess maybe the biggest, at least seemingly drastic difference is the lack of enclosed, futuristic buildings or buildings in general. It seemed like generally open space, other than I think it looked like presumably Sam's home base, where they introduced a couple other characters and stuff like that. And then of course you had Guillermo del Toro as one of the characters as well. So a lot of representation. Yeah, man. Jesus, it didn't disappoint. It really didn't. It was pretty much everything I kind of wanted. I was a little weary about specifically the combat, or maybe possibly lack thereof, but pretty much this trailer, I felt like it subsided all of that. Yeah, they had pretty much everything that you would have in a Metal Gear game, so that at least kind of, subsided any doubts of, drastically changing the game from what it, Hideo's famously known for. I mean, we already know it's going to be super lengthy cutscenes, considering his moniker and track record of all of his previous games that he's worked on. So, but good God, the graphics look great. They look beautiful. I want to lick everybody's face, so I kind of identify with Troy Baker licking people's faces now. They do look lickable. I want to suck on somebody's cheek. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm sorry. Did I go too far? I might have. Oh, I'm sorry. I went too far. My bad. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. There was another tidbit that I found interesting. Oh yeah, there's apparently asynchronous multiplayer gameplay, similar to like Dark Souls, Demon Soul, or Bloodborne, Sekiro, Souls, whatever terminology you want to use. It's all convoluted. Bloodborne, Sekiro, Dark Souls, Demon Souls. I see why they abbreviated it all together, because of saving, syllables. But yeah, so I guess the aspect of that is that you can see footprints of other players as you play through the game at certain periods, kind of similar, basically, literally similar to Dark Soulsborne games, where you occasionally see somebody get their ass killed and obliterated, and then you're like, oh goodness, I probably shouldn't go that way. Let me go somewhere else. Or, I think that is one question too, that if you can intentionally troll people into death by saying, yeah, this is okay. And then like, all right, well, I'm gonna go, oh my God, what is this? I'm getting taken over. Oh, so I'm very interested to see how that plays out. But at the very least, there will be asynchronous multiplayer. Would be kind of interested to see some, traditional multiplayer with a Death Stranding spin to it. I could see it, probably utilize the Death Stranding to some extent, make it make sense somehow in some way, and, make some really cool, awesome multiplayer out of it. I could totally see that. But only time will tell, in that aspect. What else about this great trailer that I'm trying to remember? Oh yeah, so it seemed to be like 3 factions, or 3 kind of main enemies, if you will, at least, which was another good point too. It kind of seemed like it was only the one enemy that which I guess in this case is, we discovered to be BTs, that seemed to be the only kind of enemy that you would face in the game. But at least in the trailer, they did show this one enemy, like some dudes and some little doom buggies that be chasing you and like, hey man, hey, give us up. I don't know if it seemed like they were just trying to steal your stuff or something, but it was pretty cool. You saw Sam do the back juke, like it looked like they just ripped that straight from Madden or something, like oh shit. And so he did a sweet ass back juke and then faked the one dude out, and then the one dude happened to hit him with his like beam baton or whatever, and he dropped some item from his pack, and then he was able to pick it right back up right when he went back to the item he dropped. And then after that, they showed some hand-to-hand combat, which was cool. Not any didn't look like Solid Snake CQC, but it looked like it'll suffice. So that was a pretty cool aspect. So at least we know for sure that at least there's melee combat, gunplay combat, and stealth. At least from the trailer, this trailer alone, it pretty much showed all of those factors, which is pretty damn cool. So yeah, man, it feels like just a reimagining of Metal Gear, which is really, I think, is really comforting to an extent, just knowing that, we have the same conventions that Hideo has been known for and has created his reputation for. Something about that is just very, very, just relieving, calming, like, oh yeah, Hideo's back. Hideo's back. Hideo's back. Hideo's back. And oh yeah, of course, they revealed the release date, November 9th, 2019. Goodness. We did not know this day was gonna come, but it is. It's coming. It's coming. I'm waiting for it. I want it. I want it so bad. I want it so bad. So, man, yeah, so overall, thoroughly enjoyed the trailer. I'm confusingly excited about, when it actually releases and being able to play it and finding some sweet, cool ass Easter eggs and, the infamous touch that Hideo puts into his games. It's gonna be a treat, man. It's gonna be a treat. It's gonna be a decadent delight. It's gonna be just sweet, sugary diabetes having, just sexual, just ugh. That's just to sum it all up in a word. Ugh. Then the girl be like, so, man, I could probably talk about this forever, really. Another interesting tidbit, before we move on, the game was made with, the same engine that, was made with, Horizon Zero Dawn. So, I still have yet to play that game. I have it, but I have yet to, start playing it. So, interesting tidbit. So it's really cool. Hideo using, whatever technology he sees fit. So at least in this case, he did use Guerrilla Games, the folks at Guerrilla Games' engine. So cool little tidbit there, if I do say so myself. Whew, man, I'm like infatuated now. It's like that release that is just the blue balls we've been having all the way until we get these juicy deets. And we got a lot of information for the game, a lot of information. They gave us a full blog that basically explained everything. They're like, look here, nigga. So, obviously you didn't get the trailer with your dumb ass. So here's this blog, that pretty much details everything that you may be more than likely, won't understand. So, yeah. I'm gonna make a prediction right now from the get-go. I'm thinking that baby is Norman Reedus, aka Sam, to some extent. He looks very similar, like as if Norman Reedus was a baby. It looks like him, but it's hard to decipher at this moment, obviously. But at least especially according to the previous trailers too. I don't know. It looks like it. So, okay, that's enough gushing about Death Stranding. Next topic, Mortal Kombat. Gotta do it. Mortal Kombat. Finish it. Fatality. Liu Kang win. So some Mortal Kombat rumors are running around. There's gonna be news. There's news that there's gonna be some DLC revealed next week, or obviously the DLC characters, or some DLC characters revealed next week. So the good man Ed Boon has been dropping them hints. So he supposedly on Twitter, I want to say Wednesday, I think Tuesday, he dropped a picture that showed, I forgot what it was verbatim, but it was something green and something about deodorant, but no sweat deodorant or something. So people commonly came to the conclusion that it had to be reptile because reptile is green and reptiles are amphibians, of which reptile is from in terms of the family of his creed, if you will, are or do not sweat, are incapable of sweating. So that was a possible deduction from what was provided by the troll that is Ed Boon, the troll and God. There's a lot of gods, Ed Boon. So I guess another speculation is that Spawn might actually be the character. When you kind of think about it, and it's sad, my only frame of reference is the Spawn movie that I used to watch as a kid, which is probably the most worst reference point I could have, but I digress. So technically, in terms of Spawn, he was burnt. His skin was technically burnt to some extent. Now, don't be coming at me about, oh, motherfucker, oh, nigga, you don't know Spawn, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't. What? All right, I watched the movie. The movie told me everything I probably should not know about Spawn, but I do. Okay, are you all right? I'm okay. Thank you. You're welcome. But yeah, so technically that could fit the bill for Spawn. He doesn't, his main color gamut is not really green, but he does have green essence. You know, his eyes occasionally turn green when I think he's mad or just when he want to look cool and, you know, whatever. So there's that, you know, so technically that could be, you know, a character. I guess another possible character rumor that was, you know, trottling around is, especially with the green essence or motif, is Night Wolf, who is, you know, obviously has the green essence whenever he does attacks outside of Johnny Cage. So he has his infamous green axe and green arrow whenever he does his projectile attack. So that's a possible other character. I don't know if Night Wolf was in Mortal Kombat X. I don't remember him from Mortal Kombat X. I don't think he was a character. Yeah, I don't think he was. But yeah, either way, that'd be a potential character. So a lot of interesting stuff in terms of potential Mortal Kombat characters. Out of the three, my guess would be probably Reptile, at least specifically based on Ed Boon's picture. That seems to most accurately convict, you know, the character Reptile out of the three rumored characters, at least. Who I would want it to be the most is definitely Spawn. That was my favorite character or hero or technically anti-hero growing up. So you know, I had to Spawn a Halloween costume outfit. I had the breastplate and everything. I was looking sweet. I was looking so awesome. I had the cape too. Goodness. It was a great time at that day. I was like, what, 12? I didn't care. I was Spawn. You couldn't see me in these streets. I was Spawn. That's what you just say. I don't care who you are. I'm Spawn. Get off me. You don't know me like that. Yeah, so interesting stuff. Interesting stuff indeed. So next on the gamut, we have Pokemon announcements. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. My dream so true, in a world we must defend. I totally butchered that, but you get it. You get it. Okay. Do I have to accurately do everything for y'all? Please let me be. I don't know why I'm getting defensive for no reason. Yeah, so there was a brief Specifically, it seemed to be more so for Japan, announcements for some Pokemon content. The first is Pokemon Home. So this seems like it's going to be replacing Pokemon Bank, where Pokemon Bank was your kind of centralized bank that you can share Pokemon across games. So you can transfer Pokemon you put your blood, sweat, and tears into raising up, and ain't raising no punk ass bitch. Oh, I forgot to censor myself. There we go. I made up for it, didn't I? Right? Yeah. So that's gonna be the centralized thing now, I guess, hub. So they did it, at least from what they've shown, that is going to be supported with the Nintendo Switch, as well as the 3DS, as well as the Pokemon Go game, which I think the Pokemon Go game still was supported by the Pokemon Bank to some extent, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But either way, it's going to be some further, probably, I'm guessing, further implementation on all platforms in that respect. So yeah. Then next was just weirdness overall. Pokemon Sleep, which I don't even know how to describe it. I shouldn't even mention it in this episode, to be honest. Nothing. This was pretty lackluster in terms of announcements, really. Which I think is why they only announced it in Japan, but nonetheless, Pokemon Sleep, I guess, is supposed to, at least from what I got, is that it will help you raise Pokemon when you are asleep somehow. So yeah, it was just weird. Pokemon Sleep, I don't get it. But moving on from that, the other thing too was another Pokemon app, I think called Pokemon Legends or Trainers. Let me check that real quick. Let me fact check that real quick, because I don't want to mislead. That's what I don't want to do. Okay, I don't want to do that. You know it. You know it. I want to say either Pokemon Legends or Pokemon Pokemon something. Pokemon. How about that? Pokemon. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Pokemon Hokemon. Pokemon Yokemon. Pokemon Hadokemon. It's like Street Fighter crossover. Why I'm not finding this? All right, let me be sure. Pokemon Direct. Pokemon releases. Hope this doesn't play no audio. Stop it. No, this is for the E3 thing. Let's go with Pokemon News. Pokemon Sleep, yes, we know about that. Let's check their Twitter real quick. Wow, they don't even announce on their Twitter. That's sad. You know they didn't want to. Okay, never mind. They did. Pokemon Masters. Damn it. Yeah, so Pokemon Masters. It seems to be the focus is on 3-on-3 battles instead of Pokemon Go, which is just traditionally 1-on-1 battles as well as catching Pokemon. So presumably you can transfer your Pokemon for Pokemon Go or Pokemon Home to Pokemon Masters to, you know, fight people and be the very best or whatever, you know, and all that good stuff. So but all in all, pretty lackluster. Yeah, good thing they announced it now before I guess they're gonna have another announcement of more information on Pokemon Sword and Shield January 5th. My quick prediction: they're gonna announce Pokemon Gun, Pokemon Gat, Pokemon Nina, nigga. That's my guess, but I'm probably gonna be wrong. That's probably no. That's probably gonna come later. Probably gonna come later in like a year or two from now. Be Pokemon Gun, then Pokemon Shotgun, Pokemon Knife, Pokemon Dagger, Pokemon Nunchucks. Okay, let me stop. Okay, moving on. Next in the news, Halo Reach, baby. It's that time. It is that time. So 343 had some news regarding the development process, or updates in regards to Halo Reach. So a few interesting tidbits. I guess apparently there's gonna be some season system with Halo Reach. They said that it was gonna be some incentive for gear or something like that. So it seemed like they were revamping earning stuff in Halo Reach now. So at least from what they said that like as you rank up for to levels, you'll earn specific gear every time you level up, which is different from the original Halo Reach, which I believe you can just purchase stuff with the currency you earn from playing games and doing various stuff like that. So, but other than that, obviously it is coming on PC, so they are rolling the game out periodically. So they're going to release each game, each title specifically on PC slowly until all the games are fully ironed out and should ideally play nice with one another. So outside of that, nothing really. They are gonna do Flight soon, which I did sign up for, so hopefully I get in to get some of that good gushy Halo Reach action. I was actually playing some Halo Reach on the original OG Xbox 360. Man, it feels good as ever. I was capping fools. It was a good time. Those were good times. Yes, they were. Sound like an old man right now. Maybe I am. No, I'm not. I'm young. I'm young at heart. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to go on that tangent for y'all. Next, kind of keeping in line with Xbox news. Xbox One Game Pass coming to PC. Interesting stuff. So they said that like 100 games are coming to Xbox Game Pass. That's interesting. Yeah, it seems like Microsoft is not afraid to embrace the PC master race, which is a good thing. I guess what at least a lot of us on the outside see is like, well, what? That's detracting from your console sales. So why would you do that? But I don't know, when you think about it, it's technically in the same ecosystem. I mean, when you make a PC or buy a build for PC, obviously Microsoft takes a cut of that, and Microsoft is the only PC or is the only threat in the gaming realm in terms of a reliable platform to game on, because Mac, it's very limited titles that you can play on Mac anyway. So technically it's a win. Just weird though, but the choice is great. So if I was, just a sole PC player, I would still like this. This would be great. And then, I think they announced pretty much all of the major titles. Did they announce Halo 5 coming to PC? I don't think so. I know for sure Gears 5 too. Gears 4 was already on PC. But I think there's going to be more details at E3. Then also Phil Spencer sent out a tweet recently that he said 14 games, 14 Xbox exclusive games gonna be announced at E3. this next Sunday. So that's gonna be so juicy. That's gonna be so goddamn juicy. Make me wanna eat on it. All that greatness. So yeah, a lot of good details or deets there. I know Gears 5, they announced, hey, don't fret guys. We gonna be at E3 too, baby. Get ready. Put your socks on and maybe some boots, cause it's gonna get rough. Well, not rough in a bad way, but rough in a good way. Like, you're gonna be forced to do something you don't want to do for a little change. If you pick up what I'm putting down. Let me stop. So all in all, great Xbox news coming in the pipeline. Switching gears, kind of. I see what I did there. I unintentionally did that, but moving to Nintendo, Smash Brothers. Gotta do it. It's only necessary. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, bitch. Is coming, well, not coming, it's already came. What the hell? Wait a minute. Pause. Is getting their own update, title update. So of course, minor fixes and stuff like that, balance tweaks, the usual. But what's the most notable addition is freaking VR. Nintendo's pseudo weird VR where you have to hold the headset up to your nose like you're an elephant, but you're not an elephant. You a human being that has some decency for your damn self. Sorry, I had to let that marinate. You look like an idiot. Okay? But not in front of your kids. Your kids will think it's funny. So, for what it's worth, it might be worth it. I wouldn't do it, but your mileage may vary. So apparently, yeah, you can play Smash Brothers in VR. But why? Why would you do that? Are you okay? Do you need help? Don't. Stop. Get some help. But yeah, if you feeling risky and frisky, you can play Smash Brothers in VR. Yeah. I don't get it. But nonetheless, the option's there if you choose to do so. That's so weird. Why would you want to play a fighting game in VR? That just sounds sickening. Of all types of games, at least, but I don't know. What do I know? I'm not even gonna try it, so I ain't gonna make no damn cardboard. You can get some cardboard. Go to McDonald's. Tell them, hey, let me get some of that cardboard you got. You ain't using. I know you ain't using it, Bob. Give it to me. Then you make your own damn. I forgot what you even call it. Something cardboard? No. What is it called? I don't even remember it. It's so lame. Nintendo. Oh, Labo. You just tell them that. Tell Bob, hey, Bob, I'm making Labo. Give me the damn cardboard. You don't need it. You was gonna throw it away anyway. Bob gonna be like, okay, here you go. I'm sorry. Live your dream, son. Bob, like 58. Okay? Chill on Bob. Why? Why? Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah. Smash Brothers VR. For the two of you that will play that. Next, Square Enix. I had to say it that way because it deserved it. Because I just trembled at the greatness of what could possibly be. Let me give you a hint. Duh. Gotta do it the voice. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. You get it. Avengers is coming. Square Enix announced that they are going to provide details about the next Avengers game, or the long-awaited Avengers game that's being made by Square Enix. So, I guess it's called Marvel's the Avengers. So, we'll see more deets at E3. So, that's pretty cool. You know, everybody was speculating, or highly, speculating. They're like, are they gonna be there? Are they not? Who's gonna suck me? What? Do they say that at E3? I mean, I don't know. It's probably at least one weird person there that's gonna say that at the presser or whatever. It's a given. Come on now. Come on. So, yeah, that's pretty good. That's good to know. That's great to know. Thank you. This was a perfect decision, considering we're on the cusp of, the release of the penultimate movie that is Avengers Endgame, that put everything in a nice little bow, to give those fans yearning for some Avengers sex. I said it, sex. Some Avengers sex. They like, you know what? We'll give you what you want. Here you go. Avengers game. You're welcome. You can thank me later. They whisper that in every person's ear. Every person's ear. Every person's ear. Every person's ear. My dear. Yeah. Where was I going with that? I don't know. So yeah, that's interesting. Very curious to see how the game's gonna play. I anticipate it being a blatant Batman Arkham ripoff, but I'd like to be surprised if not. But technically that's not really a bad thing, because that's one of the best superhero games you can copy from or rip off. So if anything, at the worst, it'd be a pretty good game if it hits those beats, and generally hits the same beats that the Batman Arkham series has. So cool, go to school, you fool. But I'm not a rapper though. Shut up. So next in the news, another pretty big announcement. Call of Duty. It's Call of Duty Modern Warfare was announced. The reveal trailer dropped today. We didn't really get much from it. We just got some confirmations. It was rumored, at least roughly a couple days before it was announced, that this is actually a reboot of Modern Warfare. Everybody was like, you lying, come on now, Modern Warfare, we just gonna call it Modern Warfare, even though we just had we got Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, but we just gonna reboot Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And okay, I think everybody collectively thinks that it could have been a better title, or just even reiterating on Call of Duty, just making it 5 or something. But I guess at least after seeing the trailer, you can kind of see why. It showed some of the mainstay characters coming back. So firstly, you see Captain Price, who was in the first Modern Warfare. But they said they're going more edgier, or kind of, I think what is being spread around is that they're basically basing the whole campaign off the No Russian mission from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which is, for those who don't know, was like a terrorist like mission where Raznikov of the opposing side in this war we're having, or If yeah, that's probably the best way to explain the war we're having. Went to an airport. Had the minigun, machine gun. Let that boy loose. Light machine gun. I mean, let that boy sing, and killed every innocent bystander. That was what got people that was probably about to go to Disney World, about to go to Funland. I don't even know if that's a place. That might be. There's probably one person that wants to go to Funland. Let's be honest. Somebody was trying to go to a Meg Thee Stallion concert, probably. Well, not at that time. Let me retract that. Let me retract that statement. Probably somebody was trying to go to Rihanna concert. Certainly. I could go on. But yes, so not to trying to make light of a pretty bad situation. It wasn't real though. And you could turn it off if you didn't want to experience the mission because it was controversial, but apparently that's what Infinity Ward is gonna go in terms of the route of this one. Supposedly it's gonna be a new engine from the ground up. So that's interesting. They didn't necessarily show any gameplay. They just showed some out of camera details there, but from some publications and news sites, they did actually get to play the game firsthand. I think at the Judges Week, for folks that get to test out some of the games and announcements before they are revealed to the general public. So some interesting details we did get from that. One of the bigger ones that stood out is no season pass, so they won't gouge your ass to get all the maps and stuff, which is bravo. I gotta clap to that. Bravo Infinity Ward. It took you this long. Well, now that you know that like Fortnite is probably gonna take the throne or take some of your players, it's a smart move either way. So yeah, that's definitely a great decision, and not split the player base based off, those who have a map pack, those who don't. Pretty great idea there. Couple cool little small tidbits, like when you zoom in and you reload, you don't have to be taken out of your zoomed in view. They'll actually reload the gun while you are still aiming, which sounds pretty cool. The sound is more advanced, it seems like. So when you shoot a gun, it doesn't sound the same as when you shoot it from the hip, which is really cool. Sounds really cool, at least. Hard to kind of visualize all this until we actually see it in the game via gameplay, but cool nonetheless. There was some tidbits about, what Infinity War actually is going to do with some of that risque content in terms of, at least from what some folks are saying in terms of the demo. They played as a underage or very young girl that was murking dudes with a screwdriver. The savagery of it all. So kind of touching on child warfare or children soldiers, which is always a controversial topic. They kind of touched on that with Metal Gear Solid 5 too. So interesting stuff. I'm curious to see how edgy they're gonna get in terms of this, and if it actually does work in its favor and not more of a like shock value just for shock value thing. But we'll see. I am interested overall in terms of this seems like definitely a good refresh that the series can use as a whole to kind of, give yet another shot in this annual series that is Call of Duty. So, I mean, I've been a big fan of Call of Duty ever since the Modern Warfare series, ever since it did go to the modern times with their, games. I did mess with World War II at one point. Wasn't a big fan of it. Didn't really play it that much, but yeah, but in general, I pretty much have bought every Call of Duty that has came out since Modern Warfare. So that says something, that you enjoy it to some extent, which I do. Black Ops 4 is pretty great, which I've talked about already, so I'm not going to go into it, but definitely interested to see how they specifically for multiplayer, how they're going to tackle that. And like I said earlier, there is going to be cross-play support, at least between PC and console. So I guess possibly not Xbox and PS4, but who knows? Maybe we'll get a cool ass surprise announcement at E3, maybe revealing that there's going to be native crossplay. That would be freaking awesome, especially, considering the recent announcement with Sony and Microsoft partnering up for game streaming services. So very, very interesting either way. So yeah, that is that. So let's go into latter topic in terms of what I have been playing / watching as of late personally. At least in terms of watching, good God, or actually no, we'll save that for last. So what I've been playing at least lately, still been getting into that For Honor. Friends keep roping me back in, man. It's a great game. I see myself getting better somehow. I don't know, maybe just the continuous repetition of seeing the same bull as movements and moves that characters be using. I'm starting to learn how to counter and stuff like that, so that's cool. That's great. For those that have not played it, I say definitely give it a try. It's a nice, unique twist on the traditional multiplayer genre. But yeah, man, I'll be trying at least with whatchamacallit, Highlander. Dome my glass, dome my ass, dome my glass. Yeah, man. A little bit of Mortal Kombat 11. I was playing with some friends over this Memorial weekend, getting my ass beat. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest. But that only makes me hungrier to get better. I plan to eventually do some more practicing playing online, because I've yet to play online. That will probably help a lot, but you know how that goes. Actually been dabbling in the first Nier for the original Xbox 360. All this talk about Nier Automata, girls be like,
Oh my God, Nier Automata is so great. You gotta play it. It makes my nipple so hard. If you played that, oh my God. Oh my God, I totally would. I'm just saying.
so it's like, well, now I gotta play it then, obviously. No, I actually was playing it. I dabbled in it last year, roughly almost a year ago. And, of course, popular games came out, so wasn't able to get to it. But now I'm finally getting back to it now that the new releases are starting to settle down. But only got so much time before Judgment comes out. Oh, man, I'm going to play the hell out of that goddamn game. You hear me? I'm going to play the hell out of that damn game. You hear me? Play the hell out of it. Think I'm playing. So yeah. Also forgot to mention last week, I was playing Mordhau, which is basically first person slasher. That's kind of set in the same time period, or kind of the same theme as For Honor to an extent, where you're in the medieval-ish times, fighting with various related items of that era. But yeah, mainly it's in first person. You can play in third person, more zoomed in third person. Not like For Honor in that sense, but from what I played, I really did enjoy it. Had a lot of cool things, like slashing people's heads off. You can decapitate them, or dismember their limbs, and then they'll eventually bleed out and die. A lot of cool stuff like that, which I did find pretty neat. Haven't played it in a bit after, initially playing it, but I did like what I was playing so far. Everything felt visceral and great. It seemed to have a pretty cool progression system in terms of, you know, earning currency and stuff like that. It was cool, man. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I think it was some developers that worked on medieval chivalry warfare. I think they made their own studio, made their own game, which is Mordhau, which it's been a long time since I played Chivalry. I have it, but I haven't played it that much. But this is probably the game I've technically played more, even though I haven't played Chivalry that much. So I definitely like a lot of the combat. The combat felt pretty seamless, pretty easy to get down. But yeah, overall, had a great time with it. You could tell there's a lot of stuff they needed to iron out generally. But all in all, I'm pretty interested in what that game has to offer. So I definitely see myself getting back into it at some point. So had to mention Mordhau. At least for now, I think it's specifically only on PC. I think it's technically in early access. So I believe it's gonna come out on consoles at some point, at least one or the other. I want to say it could totally be obviously, well, totally wrong about that, but that's at least what I'll declare. So all right, so what I've been watching, playing, I pretty much cover what I've been playing. So what I've been watching, good God, Attack on Titan, man. This last episode, goodness, man, Levi. That's all I gotta say. Levi went off on him. Okay. Attack on Titan spoilers. Okay. Attack on Titan season 3. I forgot the episode spoilers. So this episode, Beast Giant, oh man, I loved it. I loved this episode, man. He was feeling himself. He was like, yeah, I killed everybody. Everybody did. Yeah. And then Levi, you know, after everybody was presumably killed, Levi came out of nowhere. You son of a, I'ma whip your, I'ma cut every fucking. And he just went to town. He cut the dude up, cut him out as damn Titan. And dude was about to put the damn sword in his mouth. He was about to kill him. He's like, that mess you talking now? Look like you can't talk with this sword in the mouth, bitch. What you gonna do? What you gonna do about it? Nothing, because I'm about to kill you. Then right when he's about to kill him, the freaking little, I don't even know what you call it, the little transport Titan grabbed his ass by a miracle, and he lucky. And you saw his ass, the Beast Titan, I forgot his name, running away like what, the one dude from Friday, I forgot his name, to get his ass beat by Debo with his hands wagging behind his back. That was like literally what he was like. He's like, somebody kill him, he ain't gonna disrespect me like that. Even though he did. He whooped the shit out your ass. He cut your ass out, that damn Titan. Oh boy, you ain't feeling good now, are you? Cutting his hands off. Ooh. Had to do the E40 on him. Ooh. Oh man, that was a great episode. Sad to see Aaron Anwin. I totally forgot his name. The dude with the blonde hair. He fought for us. So he was fighting a colossal Titan, I believe that's the name. The big notable Titan of the series that has the exposed skeleton. So basically there was a plan to stop him. So basically they thought his weakness was to just expose his, exert his energy to the point that he lowers his defenses, which ultimately worked, but at the sacrifice of Anwin, where he ultimately got burnt to a crisp. He got burnt crisp, yeah. It was sad though. It was so sad. But Aaron got the surprise attack on him. Got his ass. Got your ass. Got him. And that was the end of the episode. Obviously skipping a lot of stuff, but at least in terms of the big highlights, that's definitely what stood out to me. So But yeah, man, great week in games and gaming news. Good God, E3 is so damn close. I could feel it. I want to touch it. Can I touch it? I want to though. I want to so bad. So, maybe next, I'm trying to figure it out, but maybe next episode, will probably be, E3 speculation and stuff. We'll see how it goes. If a lot of news comes out, pre E3 week, I may just dedicate or make a bonus episode dedicated for E3 in terms of just speculation, predictions, likely predictions and stuff like that. We gonna get real gushy. We gonna fantasize so much. Oh my God, it's gonna be like a damn children's book. It's gonna be like the neverlasting story, but like realer, more Negro. The Negro version of the Neverlasting book. That's what the next episode or bonus episode, both really probably might be. So keep on the lookout for that. I'll try to get that going at some point. We'll see how it goes. Either a bonus episode dedicated specifically to pre-E3 stuff, or I'll jumble it in next episode 8 in that respect. So but yeah, guys, I think that's gonna do it. Feel free to thumbs me up or 5-star, or I don't know how iTunes work, but for any of your respective podcasting platforms that you are listening to this on, by all means, feel free to give me some positive feedback. Definitely would appreciate it, to keep this show chugging along, and keep this going, man. Outside of the podcast, of course, you can catch me on Twitter, at aswitch, also on Instagram, not as prominent on that, but at aswitch. Can catch me on Twitch TV /aswitch. Can also catch me on the YouTube. I don't know how, that's probably like the 40-year-old version, or the dad joke way of saying it, but you get what I'm saying, right? Please. Okay, why do you gotta be like this? Let me be me. Let me be great. Damn. All right. YouTube.com /aswitch. Catch me on there. I've been a bit dormant on my videos. Chill out, okay? I got a full-time job. I'm trying to juggle that on top of this. Give me a damn break, okay? I'm trying out here, okay? Thank you. You're welcome. I love you. All right? Damn. Also at some point gonna work on my Patreon. Twitch, no. Twitch is not Patreon. What are you saying? Patreon.com /aswitch. You can catch me there when I start putting up content there as well. Probably content I can't really put comfortably on YouTube. More maybe some dubs, something like that, something along those lines. Probably just some exclusive stuff, maybe even a vlog. We'll see. We don't know. I don't know. Do you know? I don't. Okay. Yeah. Let me stop. Why am I getting so defensive? Okay, let me chill. I need to take a damn chill pill. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be all for me. But until next time, oh yeah.
shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Nigga, what? Oh shit. 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 Trash. Oh shit. 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 Nigga, what?